Hi guys, welcome back to another GGX review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Galax GTX 1080 Ti Hall of Fame edition. Now, you've probably seen recently we did a all-white time-lapse build in the Cougar Conqueror case. We used the card, we used some HOF memory, but now it's time to check out the card itself. But just before we take a look at that, a quick word from our sponsor. With uncompromised performance, the ASRock X299E-ITX AC is the world's most powerful MITX motherboard, featuring not one but 3 Ultra M.2 slots, 2 USB 3.1 Gen 2 10GB ports, Intel AC wireless and dual gigabit LAN, 6 SATA 3 ports, and all wrapped up with quad-channel SO-DIMM memory makes it the only motherboard of its existence. Pair this with an Intel i9 processor for the ultimate powerhouse. For more information, head to asrock.com. When you want the best of the best, look no further. If you're a PC enthusiast, you've probably heard of the Hall of Fame series by Galax. Owning a HOF video card is not just about the card, it's the experience from opening the box to finishing installing the card in your system. The packaging is like no other. At first it looks like a regular video card box, but once you remove the outer sleeve, things get serious. The way the card suspends in the cradle-like package is just stunning. Everything is in place in the box in its own compartment, and the included gloves are a nice touch, or maybe a little too much. I'll let you decide. Oh, did I mention there's an LCD on the card? Yes, a freaking LCD which interacts with the Galax Extreme Tuner Plus software. You can show things like temps, card info, and even custom text. We'll touch base on this later on. You'll either love the design or hate it. Personally, I love my white builds, so the all-white design of the HOF card is just beautiful to me. Galax doesn't just stop with the cooler and the backplate on the card, the whole PCB is white as well. You won't find a more white card on the planet. The 1080 Ti HOF card is big, and that's no joke. Measuring in at 31.3 centimeters long and 1.7 kilograms brings it in at one of the longest and heaviest cards on the market. Also to note, the card is a triple slot design due to the extra width of the cooler. Further to this, the included support bracket takes up another 2 slots, but you can install smaller PCIe cards behind this bracket, so it doesn't completely prohibit you from using other cards in the slots. Sag wise, without the bracket is actually much better than I thought, with not much sag at all. Using the bracket prevents all sag at all and will give you a 100% perfectly straight card. Oh, and the support bracket is also RGB as well. Cooling wise is quite phenomenal on the card, but big coolers don't always mean better cooling. We have 3 90mm fans which cools one of the largest fin arrays I've ever seen on a GPU before. There's 5 very large heat pipes that goes through the main fin array. There's also a bottom plate on the card for extra cooling and structural support for the card. Strangely enough, the backplate is not white, but a brushed aluminium finish which matches nicely. Specs of the card, we see a base clock of 1569 and a boost of 1683. This is relatively low for such a high-end card, but as we know with Nvidia cards, this will most likely be higher in Windows. We'll take a look at this later on. Memory comes in at 11 gigabits. The GPU itself is powered by 16 phases, while another 3 phases for memory. You'll also find voltage readout points if you like to monitor your voltages externally. Power-wise, you'll find 3 8-pin GPU connectors coming from your power supply, which makes it one of the most demanding cards on the market. If you're into RGB, then this card will cater for you. There's so many RGB parts on this cooler, it's not funny. The cooler itself has 4 RGB areas. The GPU power connectors are RGB lit as well, which is a first I've seen. Even at the back of the card has little RGB indicators to help locate the cable ports. While we're talking about the back ports, there's also a push-in switch on the I/O bracket. At first I thought this may have been a balls out highest turbo it can do, but it simply just puts all the fans at max RPM. Pushing it in again simply turns this off and puts the fans back to auto. Controlling the LCD via the Extreme Tuner Plus software is very simple. Extreme Tuner Plus is also where we can OC the card as well as modify the card's RGB lighting. Under the HOF panel option, we can choose what we want on the LCD display on the card. This can be default HOF logo, GPU info, GPU temp, and some custom text. One other option I would have loved to have seen is maybe an FPS option as well as some more detailed stats. The LCD backlight can be turned off, which is a nice touch, but I would have liked a rotate option. Just in case you have an inverted ATX layout, all your LCD info will be upside down. Also, you'll need the Extreme Tuner Plus software running in the system tray to keep all your applied settings. I would have loved this to write the settings to the card, as when your system is booting, everything is at defaults until the app loads, even the RGB lighting. I won't go too much into controlling the RGB on the card, but it's very straightforward. Like with most cards, you have breathing, static, and strobing. This can all be done via the Extreme Tuner Plus software. Overclocking the card was easy, and I managed to reach a max core clock of 2088 MHz and a max memory clock of 6066 MHz. Let's take a look at some benchmarks and temperature results. Now, if you're looking at taking your GTX 1080 Ti Hall of Fame edition to the next level, BitsPower do offer a full cover water block. So I've installed it here. This is a very nice block, and BitsPower have gone with a very simple design. Haven't gone over the top, and it's just all white. Now you can even use the standard backplate on the Hall of Fame card, which I do like. So you don't have to go changing it to a BitsPower one, which are normally black. You can keep the brushed silver sort of aluminium look one. Now temp wise, I got this in my i9 7900X system single loop, and I was topping out at about 40 degrees stress testing. Now that's pretty insane. Now it comes down to you whether you want to ditch the LCD on the stock cooler card or the RGB and put the block on for ultimate performance. You still get the RGB on the power indicators, but that's really about it once you put the block on. But it really comes down to, does the stock 1080 Ti Hall of Fame card run hot? To me, I would say no. I was maxing out about 67 degrees C, and I couldn't get it any hotter than that. So probably don't really need a block, but if you do have a water cooling loop, it's definitely an option out there. Price wise, now straight away, I'm thinking a card like this, you get all the accessories, you get the nice box, you got the bracket, you got the LCD, it's gonna be worth a lot. Well, the Galax 1080 Ti HOF retails at PCK's Gear for $13.99, so it's 1,399 Australian dollars. Out of the 13 cards PCK's Gear has, this is the 5th most expensive. Now that's not too bad. I was expecting it to be a little bit more than that, especially what you get with the card. For you USA guys, I couldn't find any price for you guys, so unfortunately I've just got the AU price. But yeah, anyway, that's it for this video. I want to thank Galax for sending this card out. Very impressed with it, performance-wise, cooling-wise, just the attention to detail, the way the card is designed. It is an ultimate card. It is an ultimate experience. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. And if you haven't seen the time-lapse video on the build I did, make sure you check it out. I'll put it in the description, and stay tuned for next time.